and Jess here with my co-founder and business partner, Adonis McReynolds. And today we are coming live from JobStream AI to talk to you about something pretty pertinent since the weather is getting nicer and it's getting warmer, and a lot of people are probably going to want to take a nice little summer vacation. But the question is, should you, or are you going to lose money and go into a lot of debt? And the answer is actually no, you shouldn't be taking a sabbatical. So we want to just talk about when to take a sabbatical, how you can take a sabbatical without losing any money, especially if you're a business owner or a consultant.
Yeah, taking a sabbatical sounds really good right about now, Jess. The weather is indeed good, like you said, depending on where you live. I know it's really blazing hot here in Texas, and depending on what part of the world you're from, maybe the weather is better than other places. But the point of the matter is that when you take a vacation, and this is not a condemnation on those who are on vacation right now. Certainly, you may have earned that vacation, but what we strongly discourage is choosing a time to take vacation when you're at a very vulnerable place, either in your job search or when you're in a vulnerable place as it pertains to your business. If you're running a business and you have less than 3 clients or 3 sources of income, taking a sabbatical just doesn't make a lot of sense until you kind of get those things squared away, because you don't want to be on vacation worrying about money. You want to be on vacation because you've set up systems that are going to earn you money while you're just relaxing and chilling.
The point of a vacation is to be rested and to come back fresh. But if you're going to be stressed out and you're going to come back starting from zero, and the vacation is just putting you into debt and stressing you out more, then kind of what is the point of taking that vacation? Because now you've just kind of ruined the point of it. It's not relaxing, and you're going to come back to even more stress, more bills without the money in place.
Yeah, and given that it's vacation season, this is the perfect time to put out this message. We don't want to see anybody, just trying to run away from their problems by going on vacation. Fix the problems first, and then you're going to have a much better vacation. That's kind of the idea. So it's this video is not a condemnation of vacations. We love vacations. Certainly, I don't know, do you have any summer plans, Jess? I don't know if I even asked.
Yeah, I'm actually going back to visit my family and friends in Montreal. So I'll be gone for 3 weeks in June and July. So I'm really excited for that. And then in
Right.
2026, I have plans to go to Europe again and do 3 countries there. So I love traveling. I love taking vacations, but I always make sure that I have, things in place and in the place. So I'm always making money while I'm away. And often I do, pop on a little bit and work during my downtime. But that's just who I am as a person.
That's right. And everybody's different. Some people are going to do some different stuff on
Yeah.
vacation. Maybe you get bored, you
What
pop
about
open the laptop and you want to work on some client stuff, right? And if you're somebody who's looking for a job, though, it's very difficult to look for a job while you're on vacation. At least that's not the kind of vacation I would want to take, right? It's kind of just like, well, I'm not working, I'm not doing anything. Isn't that kind of already vacation? You know, like what is vacation really if you're not working? It's kind of just like it's just a continuation of what's been going on. I'm not hired and I'm not working, so I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing, except for maybe in a fancier spot. The goal of this video is really to kind of outline what are some things that we can do to make sure that you do get a really awesome sabbatical this year. Like even if it's not in the summertime, maybe during the holidays, you have some plans to make some arrangements to travel, go see family, as Jess was just talking about. What can we do to make sure that we're all set? Well, step one, I would say, is you got to make sure that if you're a job seeker, you have at least one offer. You can't be completely offerless before you take a sabbatical. And what's going to change that for you is that you got to make sure that number one, all your ducks are in a row. You need your resume, your most current and updated resume done. You need your LinkedIn looked at, reviewed by a professional who can, look at the market and say, okay, this is what the market is looking for your specific search, and here's what they want, and you have it adjusted accordingly. You need somebody you need outreach done. Like no job is going to happen today without some outreach. You're going to have to put yourself out there. People are going to have to know who you are. You're going to need to do more than just apply, by the way. You're going to need to build relationships with people. You're going to need to get in front of those people. If you can't visit them in the office, then the biggest thing that you could possibly do is shoot a video, kind of like what we're doing here, where you get to express yourself, you get to talk about who you are and what you do. Did you have anything more to add to that, Jess?
Yeah, so I would say that the secret sauce is automation. So you want to have things automated behind the scenes so that you can, even if you're not planning on taking a vacation, you really want to start using automation because then you can be tripling your productivity just because that automation can be running while you sleep. It could be running while you're on the beach. It could be running while you're when you're poolside. So that's something that we help you do as well, where we help you set up these type of automations. And you can also have someone in your corner who is doing it for you. So a lot of job seekers don't think about that. They think, oh, if I'm trying to find my own job, then I need to, be applying and doing it the spray and pray method and every day just apply to 10 to 20 jobs a day. But instead, there are more modern ways you could do that, which is exactly what JobStream offers. Like we can cold call on your behalf. We set up the automations for you. We set up email marketing campaigns. So imagine all of that running in the background while you're on vacation. It's going to be so much better and so much less stressful for you.
Completely right. And for more information on those services, certainly we have a lot of videos on our YouTube channel that you can check out, JobStream AI. Additionally, you're going to want somebody who can schedule interviews for you, right? So ultimately, the goal is not just to automate everything, but to also actually get interviews and have an opportunity to vie for some of these jobs. Now, if you're on vacation, it might be a little bit harder to interview, right? To interview regularly. Like if you want to have like the best paying job, the best job for your specific circumstances, it may take you a few interviews to get there, which is why in most cases I would say let's try and accelerate the process of getting an offer and accepting that offer before you go on the sabbatical. So that way on your vacation, you're not having to worry about interviewing for like 4 to 6 different companies a week, right? So getting the automation done is perfect. It's great. It's awesome. Getting all of the steps, kind of summarized for you and having a plan of action as to how you're going to acquire that job is great if you're a job seeker. But ultimately, at the end of the day, still wouldn't necessarily recommend taking that sabbatical until we have secured that offer. And with JobStream AI, we believe that we can increase that speed. We tend to get people hired within a 30 to 90-day period. So that's kind of just the average wait time that you would be looking at if you're able to follow the instructions that we provide. Not very hard. We do most of the work for you. Now, Jess, I wanted you to talk a little bit about the consulting side, right? We've talked a little bit about the job seeker, why the job seeker shouldn't be taking a sabbatical before they have an offer. Maybe after the fact they can, as long as it makes sense in regards to their new employer and their schedule and things. But talk to us a little bit about the consulting side. What should be going on there in terms of sabbaticals?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would say that the same thing applies, especially for consultants. You should always have some type of automation in place, and you should always have a lead generation plan. Like you should never want to be in a feast or famine cycle, and this happens a lot as a business owner, and I've been guilty of it too in the past. Where you get your clients, and then you're like, "Oh my God, I'm making five, seven, $10,000 a month. Like, okay, this is amazing," and you just stop marketing. You stop trying to find new clients because you feel like you're maxed out. You feel like you want to give all the attention to the clients you do have, but then the problem is clients drop off and they'll drop off very randomly and they often drop off in clusters. So you'll be like, oh, I have five clients, like everything's fine. And then two or three clients will drop off in the same week and then you're screwed and you're like, oh shoot, what have I done? So if you constantly have lead generation, automation, email marketing, these things in place, and you're getting at least one new client a month or one new client every 2 months at the lowest, now you have just a huge breathing room. And that's really when you can start thinking about taking a vacation or a sabbatical, because you could be like, okay, my average process gets me one new client a month. So, if I take 2 weeks off, I'm okay. If a client drops off, I have a new client coming in the next 2 weeks. And you also really want to have your SOPs in place. So your standard operating procedures, because if you are taking a vacation, something has to be done in the interim, right? Like either you're gonna tell all your clients like I'm completely unavailable for 2 weeks, and then that's not like super professional, and then there could be emergencies or things. So you want to have some type of SOP in place where someone else can step in for you, or if there's an emergency or something, you have a way to still resolve that situation while you're on vacation to keep your clients happy and satisfied, keep your reputation up, and just really maximize that vacation so it's not stressful for you. You're not losing a bunch of money while you're on vacation. That's what we really want. And I think automation is in place, and having a backup team like JobStream AI who can come in and help you with your marketing, help you with cold calling, help you with finding those new clients, just to really take the stress off. Anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, what you're really hearing behind all of that is just be prepared, right? If you're prepared, sabbaticals are not stressful. going on vacation is never a problem if you're prepared and you have stuff in your pipeline ready to go. If there's if there's an understanding prior to your departure with all of your clients that you're going to be here and you're going to be doing this and you're going to have limited availability, that's fantastic. But make sure you're prepared. That's really kind of the underlying message of it all. And, one thing I'll say before we kind of hop off of this particular video is at the end of the day, preparedness is kind of constituted in having a number of incomes that you can depend on, right? So if you've got one source of income and that disappears, you're already going to be in a really stressful position. If you've got two sources of income, that's a lot better than one, that's for sure. And you can rest a little bit easier. But the ideal number to remember is three, right? If you've got three sources of income, you lose two, you still have one, and you can go and try to find a replacement for the other two. You get multiple earnings. Obviously, everybody likes to get paid as much as is possible. And if you've got three sources of income, that's really great. Ideally speaking, you want to have a passive source of income. You want to have earned income. And, whatever other types of income you make is just gravy on top, right? But ideally speaking, you do want to have those sources. And if you don't have any sources or you're down to one, that's where I would say you probably fall out of the realm of prepared and more into you're just a shoestring away from being tripped, right? And falling into that ditch of like, oh man, I'm desperate now, right? And I'm stressing out and vacation just seems like stressful more than it seems relaxing. So that's our little sermon to you as to, what to do with vacations and sabbaticals. Take it or leave it. We just wanted to put something out there for you that maybe you could look at and evaluate and say, yeah, this makes a lot of sense. And Jess, would you have anything to add to that?
I guess that's why you're super right. You are in a situation where you are feeling desperate or stressed, or you only have one source of income, and now that spark went off, and you're like, oh, I need really to get two more. Call us. Contact us at jobstreamai.com. This is what we specialize in. This is what we do. We're here to help you, even if you feel desperate. We're here to make sure you can get a job in 30 to 90 days. We're here to add additional sources of income in terms of building your own consultancy. So if anything resonated with you, we're here to help.
Yep. Whether it's job search or consulting, we've got you covered. We're excited that you tuned in. We'll see you on the other side.